Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse, nothing, and I don't know how long. Food, he take care of everything.
What if the entire love story between Papoose and Clarissa Shields was nothing but a smokescreen, an orchestrated con designed not to uplift, but to extract? Because if you believe the rising whispers in the darkest corners of the internet, what's happening between Clarissa, Papoose, and Remy Ma isn't messy romance, it's strategic manipulation disguised as mentorship, a textbook power pyramid play with Clarissa's millions sitting right at the center. And the scariest part? She might be the last one to know. Before we go deeper into the cracks of this twisted triangle, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because when it comes to celebrity control and financial grooming in plain sight, the Celebriax lens never misses a play.
You're a user, and you over there playing with that girl. You over there playing with her. If I thought she would believe it and would listen or even care, because anytime somebody's gonna say like, yeah, they told me what the situation was and I accepted it.
Let's begin here. Clarissa Shields, undisputed world champion boxer, two-time Olympic gold medalist, the only fighter in history, male or female, to hold unified titles across 4 weight classes, was once celebrated for her dominance. But lately, when her name trends, it's never because of the ring. It's because of the chaos swirling around her relationship with Papoose. She's gone viral, not for knockouts, but for defending her man against rumors, defending his presence, defending the fact that she's bought him food, paid for things, let him manage her life, and built her entire branding empire around someone who, by all definitions, hadn't accomplished even a fraction of her legacy. And yet she's insisted over and over, "I'm never gonna stop talking about my man," which begs the question, why does she feel the need to? And why is it always her speaking for him? See, what Clarissa doesn't know or maybe refuses to accept is that she might be the target of a scheme that was set up long before she even stepped into the picture. According to sources close to Remy Ma, this wasn't a love story, it was a setup, a financial redirection.
Oh, I'm never gonna stop talking about my man. I just brought him his food in the back because he was upstairs. Ain't that y'all joke? Oh, he's upstairs. Just brought him his food. And y'all talking shit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man. That's what y'all think y'all gonna do. You're not gonna do it. Whenever I feel like saying Papoose's name, I'm gonna say his name. Clark it.
A soft grooming pipeline masked as romance and professional mentorship. Because back when Remy was incarcerated, it was her money keeping Papoose afloat. She's admitted that. And now, with over $1.2 million in unpaid taxes between them, $600K Remy, $300K Pap, it appears that Papoose has found a new source of income, a new ride or die, a new romantic shield. Clarissa, the woman who never questions him, the woman who thinks she's the one in control. But if you look closely at the moves being made behind the scenes, it's clear he's not just managing her, he's monetizing her. Clarissa recently signed an $8 million multi-fight deal with Win Records and Salida Promotions. And while on the surface that looks like a win, the deal structure itself is sketchy. Because Win Records isn't a boxing label, it's a music imprint, where Papoose is the head of the hip-hop division and, surprise, the main artist. So, what is the world's greatest female boxer doing, signed to a music label? Simple.
Impossible without Papoose.
His transition to the executive suite as a creative director of the record company helped broker the deal that secures Shields' spot as one of the highest paid female boxers in the business.
As a fan, watching Clarissa from the outside, I never seen someone who was more deserving.
That label now controls her branding, her image, her endorsements, even her career transitions, like if she suddenly decides to rap, which she's hinted at, And guess who gets a cut of that pivot? Papoose. But it gets worse, because alongside Win Records, there's Salida Promotions, the traditional fight side promoter. So you've now got two entities slicing into Clarissa's checks. Win takes 20%, Salida takes more, and Papoose, who helped facilitate the deal, he gets another cut off top as the broker and manager, which means every single punch Clarissa throws, every stadium she fills, every headline she makes, feeds a machine that wasn't built for her. It was built on her. It's the same exploitative structure that hip-hop artists warned about in 360 deals. Only this time, it's happening in sports. And the ringleader isn't a record exec, it's her boyfriend. The same boyfriend who's still legally married to Remy Ma? Yes, Papoose did file for divorce, but reports now say Remy has taken the divorce off the table. So all the public drama, the social media digs, the club arguments, they might all be performance. Because no matter what Clarissa believes, Pap and Remy are still legally and financially tied, and the money he pulls from Clarissa can still be used to clear Remy's debts too. Let that sink in. The girl thinks she's winning love, and she's actually paying off another woman's tax bill. And here's the disturbing part. Remy's already said it out loud.
Impossible, y'all. You know I'm gonna say it. It wouldn't have been possible without Papoose. Papoose and Win, yes. Papoose and Win Records have been working together for about 3-4 years now. And since I've met Ruben, he has been just so nice and so open. And the last fight when we had so much success at LCA where we sold out 16,000 fans, that was because myself, Papoose, Win Records, and Celebriax Promotions all worked together collectively to make that work. So I'm so grateful to them, and so grateful that I have a team who understands that, who understands my value, and who want to see me win. And we're going to continue to work together and make this big. So congrats.
In a shady freestyle in interviews, she's called Clarissa his come-up, implying that Clarissa doesn't even realize she's the meal ticket. But when Remy says it, nobody believes her, because she's the scorned wife, right? The jealous ex. Except, what if she's telling the truth because she knows the game from the inside? Think about it. Papoose hasn't had a hit record in over a decade. His commercial relevance without Remy was zero. His visibility dropped off the map. But now, suddenly he's doing press conferences, performing again, acting as Clarissa's business partner, promoter, and emotional partner all in one. And Clarissa has gone from being one of the most feared fighters in the world to a walking PR campaign for her man. Even her documentaries and press runs mention him more than herself. The power balance has flipped, and fans are watching it happen in real time. What's worse is that this isn't the first time Clarissa's vulnerability has been used against her. Her own childhood friend revealed that she was exploited as a young girl, groomed, mistreated by coaches, manipulated emotionally, and left to fend for herself in a brutal sport with no safety net. That kind of trauma rewires your perception of love, control, and loyalty. So when a man comes along and says, "I believe in you,"
and we saw that he currently owes and has not paid taxes for the past, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12, but 13 years. This man, what does that say, Jasmine? 3, what say?
I want to say it says
that's the 180,000 top name of who? Taxpayer? William Mack, but he ain't paying no taxes, so he shouldn't be called a taxpayer. He should be called tax ower. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. And so these are just Papooses. Now, the reason I think that this is a Tinder swindler, the reason I think that there's some tricking going on here is because when Papoose and Remy were together doing an endorsement in a fur coat show store the other day, she seemed very happy to be there. When I found her tax record, what is it? Yeah, let me see. How much is those tax liens? Remy currently has $622,474.76. Guess who's gonna pay it? Guess who's gonna pay it? The one, according to her own cousin, okay, that got a disability check when she was a kid for being Just a tad bit off.
I'll protect you. I'll manage you. You cling to it, even if it's costing you everything, especially if you've never known what healthy love looks like. And sadly, that's exactly what predators look for. Emotional gaps, history of trauma, desire for protection, all wrapped in a promise of partnership. But in reality, it's power extraction, emotional control with financial benefits. And from what fans are uncovering, the paper trail points to Papoose using Clarissa's name, her success, and her payouts to fund not just his career, but his overdue IRS bills, and possibly Remy's too. Public records show that Papoose hasn't paid taxes in 13 years. 13. He currently owes hundreds of thousands, and yet he's flying around the country, smiling on red carpets, doing press runs in fur coats. But what income is supporting that? Not streams, not album sales, not live shows. Clarissa.
I feel like Clarissa has been taken advantage of her whole life, okay? And I want to say this because she's been boxing since forever. I don't know her childhood, but I do know that her best friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Clarissa being taken advantage of, you know, when she was younger as a young boxer by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when I see people like Papoose enter the chat, or I'm sorry, enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Clarissa, after Remy has already warned us that, you know, he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making no money. It was Remy's money. And she said she put everything in his name only to come out and then have to work, and then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. And so when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Clarissa, and she's slow by default, and I'm talking about slow as in, you know, she probably got some early stage, you know, some issues going on, being knocked around, you know, it does have an effect on your brain and on your cognitive thinking and stuff, and you're not able to see straight. And if she was already taken advantage of by her coaches, surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her too. I personally think they're still sleeping together. That's just my thing. I'm just gonna hold that right there.
The million-dollar fighter who proudly says, "I just brought him his food upstairs," while the internet mocks her for acting like a maid instead of the undisputed champion she is. She thinks she's being ride or die, but she's being rewritten into a role that costs her everything. And the saddest part is that her own supporters can't reach her. She's publicly defended Papoose over and over, saying he's the only man who ever respected her, who ever treated her right, who ever cared. But if respect looks like draining your earnings, inserting you into a three-way tax scheme, and locking you into a branding deal with a failing label, then what exactly does disrespect look like? Because Clarissa's not just funding a man, she's funding a narrative, one where she believes she's in charge, and one where everyone around her is quietly profiting. And maybe that's the most heartbreaking part of all, watching someone who fought for everything now being used as the foundation for someone else's comeback. But what do you think? Is Papoose really the villain here? Or is he just surviving the only way he knows how? Is Remy Ma the puppet master pulling strings in the background? Or is Clarissa the only one who doesn't realize the show's being written without her? Sound off in the comments. And if you're as stunned as we are by the layers of this betrayal, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell. Because in the world of Hollywood love stories, nothing is what it seems. And this one is far from over.